for not buying enough when they're the ones that are making everything too expensive to buy? How many of you guys have been sitting around asking, when is this going to stop?
When is it going to stop? It's not. Well, it might. Don't get me wrong. It'll probably have its hold. But as of right now, especially with AI and a lot of like, how do I say this? Computer components are rising up, even though RAM and stuff like that's going down. Thank God. But, anyways, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a break point, but I I doubt it because again, gaming is becoming a very luxury thing, and it is very sad to see.
It's now got to the point where the price to just live, let alone even buy a video game, is getting out of the reach of damn near everyone. And now we have PlayStation raising their prices for the second time in less than a year, $100 across the board. And this is coming off of the tail of other price increases that we've seen already throughout the entire industry. Nintendo, Xbox, PC gaming hardware. It just feels like it won't stop. All these guys are sitting around, these executives, talking about how all these price increases are supposed to feel inevitable. Like it's just a bridge that we have to cross, but that bridge is now turned into an escalator that the vast majority of people cannot afford to get on.
That's right. And that is true. That is so fucking true. And all these fucking dumbass investors or what they call it, shareholders, right? All these motherfuckers dumping all this money into these games. And these motherfuckers are just making the game just for them. Like, it's fucked. Like, it's fucked. And most of them aren't even good. And most of them are AAA. They're not good. And that's exactly why all these indie motherfuckers and Eastern studios are taking off. Like, Western devs don't give a shit.
None of this is necessary. They're all lying to you. Every single one of them. They can cry AI. They can talk about market headwinds. They can talk about shortages or inflation or whatever they want. But at the end of the day, all this is these are companies that do not want to take any accountability. They would much rather hand over and pass down their mistakes to you, the customer, and make you pay the cost of it.
That's right. That's fucking right. And I am tired of it. Like, sure, I'm sitting right here with fucking one viewer. Yes, okay. But at the same time, I'm not the only one talking about this shit. There's people like him, Asmongold, whatever the case may be. A lot of people are talking about this shit. And it's so important to me. And it's so important for a lot of people, especially in the gaming community. Like, it's horrible. And again, you do have people, you casual gamers who, of course, work their 9 to 5. They go home to their wife and multiple fucking kids, who just play. Let's give Starfield an example again. They just go home and play Starfield, that dog shit ass fucking game. They go home, play Starfield, and they don't think about that, right? They don't, because they don't care, which is, fair. It is fair that they don't care because, they have their lives, stuff like that. They're not on the internet. They're focused on real life shit. But I don't know, at the same time, the community in general is getting destroyed by these people that are fucking up these games.
They have taken our dedication, they have taken our loyalty, they have taken our money, and they have done nothing but churn out garbage games. Now they want to blame us for it. This entire industry is just going to eat itself alive. Today, what I want to do is I want to talk about where these prices are coming from. How apparently now video games are being made for the rich. What that's going to do for society, and also how all of this is just going to end up in flames. Before that, a word from today.
Listen. All right, I'm gonna skip. Listen, bro. I know you're trying to get paid, but I need to really talk about this because
For the price of video games, something that used to be one of the most accessible forms of entertainment to get pushed damn near out of the reach of most normal people. First came the price increase up to $70 back in 2020, right when people were locked into
the COVID area when prices started increasing. Okay, $60 was still high. Don't get me wrong, but it was at least affordable in a way, right? Now, $70. Okay, now we are escalating into some territory where, okay, $10 more plus tax, right? Okay, that's 70, let's do like 75 bones right there. That's kind of a hefty amount, bro, for a game, especially for, I mean, if he's given, let's give an example. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let's give an example. What's $70 right now? That's like a AAA game. That's like absolutely abysmal dog shit, right? uh, is Outlaw still? No, it's not. Okay, hold on. Outlaw's is not $70 still, is it? I'm trying to think of a $70 game that fucking is dog shit, or just an absolute waste of your money. I mean, I guess I can bring up a sports game. Like, let's see. Let's do NBA, right? Okay. 26, right? That's the newest one. Okay. Let's rate this. It's on sale, sure, but look, $70 for a fucking sports game, bro. Oh my god. That is literally the same shit for the past years. Like, hell, let's see. Let's think of another one. $70. Hell, Black Ops 7. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is another one. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. What do I got? What do I got that I can fucking shit on? Yeah, all I have is a peak ass collection. That's why. Damn, what's really $70? Crimson, not Crimson Desert. I'm not gonna shit on my favorite fucking game. Unfortunately, my headphones are broken today because I'm not a cat, so I can't hear your voice. It'd be great if you could reply via chat. It's probably a bot. Anyways, hold on. Let's look at. Okay, look at Black Flag remake that's coming out. 60 clams, right? Now, for a remake, I'm not gonna lie to you, it should be at least about 50 to 40, because all it is just, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's combat, parkour, and then the graphics, obviously. Which, sure, there's nothing to the story or anything of that. Hell, Star Wars Survivors, it's $10, right? 70 clams for this hoe, right? But I'm want to talk in a perspective of a console player, because
to their homes with not a lot of other options, and people just kind of fork the money over. Fast forward to today, and well, the last couple of years have been nothing but constant headlines about prices going up again and again. Games hitting $80, even $100. Nintendo being the first to break the second of the 66 seals. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Supernatural lately. Then came AI, then came the global trade tariffs. Then it was just a bunch of other convenient excuses that just made the prices go even further up. First, it was Xbox with Game Pass, then it was Xbox.
Woo, bro, Xbox with Game Pass. You know, by the way, whoever the fuck's in chat, did you know that the Xbox Game Pass, when it first was introduced, right? Was it I want to say a couple years. I'll give it a couple years before it went up to like $20 a month, or yeah, $20 a month. Then till now, like $22.99. But before it was $9.99. It was $10, right? The best fucking thing you can purchase at the time.
Hardware went up not once but twice. Then PlayStation raised their hardware prices last fall, and now here we are, just 8 months later, again with PlayStation.
Oh boy, man! Hold on. So, yeah, 3 weeks ago. I wish I hold this. How old is this post? March 27th. Yeah. So this is last month, right? Last month, bro. Let's say, oh my god. By the way, they're increasing the portal again. I just had an update about this on Twitter. They're increasing the PS portal, and I'm pretty sure something else. Because, fuck, bro. You're telling me, bro, a Steam Deck has better fucking value than this garbage. Like, what the fuck? Alright, hold on. Again, we're gonna go. Listen, bro, if anyways, as I was saying, what the fuck? Hold on, chat. Hold on. Give me one fucking minute. Uno momento. Why do I gotta like sign in? What the fuck? Hold on, chat. Yo, I just log in. What the fuck you mean? I gotta fucking. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot. I gotta remember. Uno momento. This is fucking stupid, dude. Fuck Dan Clancy. No, genuinely. Fuck this fat ass fucking retard, Dan Clancy. This old ass creep. Getting high on his own supply. Looking at all these fucking e-girls on here. Fucking old degenerate ass. Look at this rich kid gaming. Nah, brother. What do you mean rich kid? Fuck no. Bro, what do you mean? I am broke, brother. That's the only reason why I got a PC, because it has so much better value than this dumbass fucking consoles. But anyways, welcome Dashu. Welcome Isaiah.
PlayStation, increasing the price of the PlayStation Pro to $899, which is basically brushing up against $1,000 after tax.
Woo, brother. Then get a job if you're broke. No. No. I don't want a job. I'm gonna play video games all my life. Fuck no. Anyways. As I was saying, brother, fucking $1,000 for a console, right? For just the console, right? And I guess does it come with, I'm assuming it comes with the controller. Right? Okay. Because I haven't fucking touched a damn console in like 5 years. But so you get the console, right? $1,000 right then and there. Or whatever the fuck. We're a little close to 1,000. On top of that, you want to get physical games? $80 hard drive. You want to play online? Fucking. You want to play online? PlayStation Plus. Like, let's go into this and look up, right? Let's do the math here, bro. Premium for everything, even backwards compatible PS3 games, and I grew up on that shit. 159 flat right then and there. It is a year, yes, but you gotta pay it right then and there up front. So let's add that. On top of that, holy hell! If you want a game or some other physical game, $70 right there. On top of that, which I don't fucking like that, which is very not consumer friendly whatsoever, is these motherfuckers they implemented a thing to was it the PS5, right? Like, I saw this shit on Twitter. They implemented, if you're not connected into the internet within 30 fucking days, you lose all your license to your games. Which, that being said, once you lose your license, you have to buy that shit all over again once you connect to that fucking internet again. That is so shitty to do. That is so shitty. Like, holy fuck. And then they wonder why Steam is such a monopoly. It's such a monopoly. Oh my god, brother. I just seen that. Yes! Dude, like, it's insane, dog. I feel bad for console players. Like, I do. And it's so... I mean, most of them are just, like, dads who don't really give a shit. Like, let's be real here. Which is, it's fair. They work their 9 to 5 and they come home to their kids and multiple fucking wives or some bullshit, right? And they don't care. They don't care about all this shit. They don't. They just want to play their game. They just relax. All right, which is fair. But oh my god, are you getting cheated out of your fucking money like that? Most of them are actually just kids. Okay, that is true too. That is true too. Most of them are just kids. And I to be honest with you, I don't understand why the fuck would they would have a console right now to begin with. Dude, that's like $1,000. Dude, that's like $1,200 right there. Like, that's insane. No one has that money right now. Like, unless you work in like this some 6-figure job. Like that's insane. Like, dog. Okay, Isaiah, we work together, right? We work together. In the case may be, our paychecks. The hell nah, bro. Like, this is insane, brother. Anyways.
PlayStation excuse.
Oil field workers? No, genuinely though. No, genuinely. Either oil field workers or some fucking, I don't know, somewhere up there.
Use this on their website, saying, with continued pressures in the global economic landscape, we have made the decision to increase the prices of PS5, PS5 Pro, and the PlayStation Portal Remote Player globally. We know.
By the way, they are also discontinuing PS4 service too. They're turning that shit off. I just applied for the oil field job actually. Dude, fire, bro. Fire. Hell yeah. I mean, hey, so some oil field work, brother. I'm not. Hey, good luck, my man. That's all I'm saying. I've seen the work that they do. Hey, if you can do it, by all means, brother, go for that shit. Fuck no. I seen what they do. I've worked with somebody who has talked to me about that field, but it is good money.
That these price changes impact our community, and after careful evaluation, we found that
We're waiting to hear back from the job before I accept it. That's fair. No, that's fair. Until I would definitely recommend waiting, because whew, you about to be sweating, boy. And also just be very careful, because I have heard that most of those people or men that are there are like very aggressive and toxic in that type of way. So just be careful, my man. But
that this was a necessary step to ensure that we can continue delivering innovative, high-quality gaming experiences to players worldwide.
bro, high quality gaming experiences to players worldwide is crazy, because they're discontinuing support for PS4. They're cutting that shit off. Oh my god. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I would just be careful, my man. Just work, do your job, and just go home. That's all I gotta say. Speaking of that, what's the company, by the way, we're working for?
Man, guys, I don't know what to tell you. This is just global pressure. It's market headwinds. We just can't avoid it. I don't know what to do. It's AI taking over the world. It's tariffs. It couldn't possibly have anything to do with Sony funding over 12 live service games only to cancel half.
Oh boy. Dude, they're funding like 12 live service games? That's right, because Key Energy. Yeah, hey, Key Energy, brother. Key Energy. That's 12 live service. What are they funding? Hold on. What are the live service games? Is one of them... No, I know one of them is Helldivers 2. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. I just want to see the list, but it's not giving me the fucking list. What do they have under the belt right now? Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. But I also applied for a fire alarm technician, and the interview lasted like an hour. Damn. I mean, I'm pretty sure why it lasted an hour, because they're working with fire alarms, and I'm pretty sure that's, it's a safety thing, so they kind of want to make sure, which, I mean, that's fair. But that's a long-ass interview. Holy shit. Yeah, they're acting with Helldivers 2, of course. I've heard about, obviously there's Concord. We all know about Concord. Which, god damn. Marathon, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Damn, brother. What else? The Last of Us Online, Naughty, okay. The Web, Twisted Metal Tide, okay. God damn. Dog. Now I see where all the money's going towards.
For them burning hundreds of millions of dollars in the process, it couldn't possibly have anything to do with the critical lack of first-party output, the 8 studios they've shut down over the past couple of years.
Blueprint Games last month and Dark Outlaw Games the last few days ago, and then 80 Parts Studios vanished.
the estimated $400 million they burned on Concord, or the fact that their biggest bet, Marathon, which allegedly was around $250 million budgeted before marketing, which means it's probably closer to $400 million all in, only managed to make over just $1 million in sales, and less than a month later is now averaging 36,000 players on Steam, a platform that makes up roughly 70% of their audience.
Wait, I didn't know that. Actually, hold on. I did not know that. Holy shit. No way. No. Whoa, 70%. Oh! Oh! Wait. No, not 48 hours. Let's do the month. No, let's do max, actually. Okay. Damn. Yeah? Yeah, sounds about right.
Now, yes, I know that Marathon is some divine success that we just can't see and that the developers are in it for the long haul, but I would also like to remind
I think Bungie fucked up. They really should have just made Destiny 3, if I'm being honest. Just scrap everything and just remake Destiny 3.
everybody that
Or not remake, but build or make Destiny 3. That's it.
It had a one-year roadmap, so maybe let's just come back down to earth for a second. Surely it is global headwinds and not the fact that their live service future is now hanging on a morbidly obese Amazon that lost a foot to diabetes. Now, while it might seem like I'm singling out Sony here, I promise you guys that I'm not, because all of these guys are making the exact same mistakes. Xbox just the same. These guys have taken years of players' goodwill and support and money, and they have sacrificed it on an altar of live service, of subscriptions and games that nobody ever wanted to play. And
listen, behind all that, though, we all know this. You will own nothing and you will be happy. But on the Xbox side, I do kind of support the new CEO. But what I don't support is her having a background of nothing but AI. That's what I don't support. But apparently she's been doing a good job, and the prices are going down for Xbox. Cool. Playing Dark and Darker. I've heard about Dark and Darker, actually. I've been wanting to try it, brother, but I've heard it's all right in a way. I've heard about Dark and Darker. It is on my library though. It is. I'm still playing Crimson Desert, brother. Hell, I'm like, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, 116 hours in, and I have not completed this story, brother. No, holy fuck. And I'm not gonna lie though, an 8.5 to like 9 game. Yeah, I want to play anything else. No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, plus on top of that too, you have a kid. You know, you have responsibilities, brother. Like, that's totally fair. I'm speaking for is like the game of gamers. We don't have any responsibility. We got no job. We're just rotting, no showers, and just playing games, sitting in our musty ball sack and stinking chair, which is what I'm doing right now.
Now, those same companies are trying to come to you, and they're trying to gaslight you into believing that these price increases are somehow out of their hands. Like this is just something of the weather. It's just the market. It's just this unfortunate reality that we have no control over.
I have Deadlock. I've been wanting to play Deadlock. Is Deadlock good? Because I have Deadlock. I just haven't... I don't know. I feel like... I see the map right here. It's like League of Legends a little bit. It's pretty cool.
No. This is cost transference. This is them pushing accountability and the cost of their own failures directly onto the customer, all to keep their shareholders happy instead of just taking the hit, digging deep, and rebuilding their trust and reputation that they have destroyed. Their belief, or rather their faith...
People heard about it, we want to try it? Yeah, no, I've been wanting to try Deadlock. Actually, I played like, I'm going to say 5 minutes of it. How long have I played it? Because I got an invite from one of my fucking friends on here. Yeah, 11 minutes, because 11 minutes. I've heard it's really good, though. I heard it's really good. I wonder... Because the only reason how you can get in, I believe, is like by invite, which I don't know how to do that. So I'll figure it out, though, and I'll definitely send you an invite to play Deadlock. Yeah, it's invite only. Well, I'll definitely send you an invite for it once I figure it out.
In this matter is that, well, the players are just mindless slugs. That the hardcore gaming,
because I want to play this game too.
18 to 20% of players is just going to keep buying things no matter what. That their demand is basically inelastic. It's unmoving. It's never going to change. That they can raise prices, strip value. It's never going to change. It is basically inelastic. It's unmoving. It's never is is just going to keep.
What was this? Most preferred game genres and game types played on primary platforms. Of course, casual. Okay. Hardcore. Let's go. First person. Battle royales. Sports, fighting. What? There's no way, right? Nah, where's role-playing RPGs? Nah, there should be MMOs and RPGs up right on the hardcore ones. First-person shooter, I can understand. Open world, yes. Sports and fighting should not be on here. Well, fighting, I guess. Damn. 24%. Damn. I love the character design of the game. Yeah, no. I fuck with some of the characters on here, on Deadlock, because I don't know, they're really fucking cool. They're really fucking cool.
Keep buying things no matter what, that their demand is basically inelastic. It's unmoving. It's never going to change. That they can raise prices, strip value, and make mistake after mistake, and that crowd is still going to show up and just fork it over. And for everybody else, well, the rest of the sheep will just fall in line too, because they're going to convince themselves these prices are temporary when they are anything but that. Because if any of this was about economic headwinds, then the prices would eventually go back down when those winds change, but that never happens.
That's right.
I'd like to remind people that we were once told that game prices would come down when the industry shifted into digital, but instead we just got the opposite. I'd like to also remind people that
remember that?
the $70 price increase didn't happen until lockdown.
Would you play that furry Call of Duty game? What furry Call of Duty game? What? Hold on. Bro, is it the one I'm actually thinking of? Nah. Hold on. I think, oh damn, that came out like last year, didn't it? What is it called? Wild Assault, that's right. Is it free? No, it's like $8. You know what? I mean, hey, you know, I play it just for the stream. I'll play it though. I got you. We'll do that like tomorrow or some sort. I think that'd be fun to do.
When publishers and console makers were making more money than they were actually spending, they had more engagement, more investment.
I even got catters I can put on too, by the way. Hold on. Yeah, I have some cat-eared headphones I can just put on as well. $8 for a good time. Yeah, see, exactly. $8 for a good time, bro. And they wonder why Steam is a monopoly.
They ever seen in their entire lives. Even when these guys are winning, they're still pretending like they're losing. Now, while I understand that people can and largely will just keep playing what they already have for now, the long-term effects of this are going to be brutal. We are already brushing up against $1,000 consoles, and we're not even in the next generation yet, which is likely going to be even worse. That means that this is an industry that built itself on lower and middle income households, and they are now slowly cutting those people out of the picture.
That's right.
Gaming becomes a luxury. Hardware becomes a luxury, and I genuinely do not understand how any of
listen, thank God RAM is going down. Listen, the world is slowly healing.
these companies can look at that and think that this makes any sense. This is your audience. This is the people that you need, and you're now making it harder and harder for these guys to be able to buy in at all. And you know, once you start pricing those people out, I don't see how this doesn't kill the console market in the next 5 years. PlayStation, especially, this is making even less sense. If their whole new strategy now is to keep their games off of PC, then shrinking your console audience is just going to destroy you. The only way that this makes any sense to me is if these guys have decided that they don't need ordinary people anymore, that wealthy households who now make up the majority of sales can carry the market, that these guys will just keep paying out no matter what, but that math doesn't math. Now, we already know that lower and middle income households are buying less and less hardware, and more of that burden is now falling onto richer households, which is a much smaller market to begin with. Households making over $100,000 a year now account for more than half of all of these purchases for all the standing hardware, and the price increases that we're seeing is just going to push that threshold even higher.
Man, fuck. I don't know if anyone remember this, but Xbox Game Pass was $9.99 at one point, and GPUs were like affordable.
Higher, probably into the $150,000 or even $250,000 range when the rest of the economy keeps inflating. So now you're shrinking an audience from a little over 40% of the U.S.
Let's look at the chart. Bring up the chart. Let's see it. Under 15K. I'm pretty sure that's relying on. Yep. Okay.
US households to 26, maybe even.
Okay. On the average range though, we're right here. We are right here. Maybe here, or maybe here. But reality, we're right here to the yellow and back.
16%, and the people below that just don't have any room to be able to close that gap anymore. Which brings me to something else, and maybe this is something that is just too hard for these guys to understand. Maybe they are just too ignorant to be able to get it, but the more expensive that hardware gets, the harder it is for players to enter, which means there are fewer people around to be able to buy games at all, and once that happens, these giant full production...
Except PCs. Well, I say that like someone can drop $1,000 on a fucking GPU, but pre-builts are where it's at, and that's where it's affordable, and it's still because what pre-built you can get like a mid to high range, right? For I want to say to 1,000 to like 800. That's still pretty good. My gaming one is like a mid to like high. My other one, I built this one personally, but I reuse parts. The best value you can get, as I want to say today, is by building one or just by getting a pre-built. That's it. Because genuinely, you want to spend $1,000 on a fucking console that's not even gonna last like what? I want to say like 5 years or so, and then what? They're coming out with the fucking another one. The one you helped me get is pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Because that's all you. And look, and I guarantee you play some high-end game on that bitch, it is still fine. It will still run. Yes, you might have to use like DLSS or what's it called? Frame generation or that boost bullshit. Wherever the fuck you might have to use that. But you'll still be getting over like to 80 to 90 frames for like a high-end game. I get 90 to 80 frames while playing Crimson Desert on everything on Ultra. Like, that's still good. You still have to swap the hard drive, already running out of storage. Bro, me too. I need more storage, brother. I've only have like one game installed for like, and it's only Crimson Desert. I'm oh my god. On top of that, I have all my B-roll footage on top of that and shit like that. Like, oh my god, I need more storage.
Production games that these guys are making starts making less and less sense. I want these companies to get better. I want these companies to shrink down, but I'm not hoping for all of these guys to die. But
except for Bethesda and Ubisoft.
Something like this does not give them a future. It strips one away. There's just not going to be anybody around to buy any of these games, and you're just going to choke out the hobby in a lot of cases. And if this is what's going to happen to the companies, imagine what's going to happen to the people that are already barely hanging on and using games as one of the very few things that they could still afford. I really just do not see how any of this works out in the long term. You know, one of the reasons why PC has been taking off...
Baldur's Gate's taking up quite a bit. Bro, I still have not touched Baldur's Gate. I plan on to, but hold on. What many... I know me and... hold on, I've been playing it. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, 23 hours. We still have not got past the first part, by the way.
For the past couple of years, getting bigger and bigger is largely because people have been able to stretch older hardware a lot further than I think the industry thought that they would be able to. I just seen...
Okay, I don't agree with this because okay, people have a big problem with like DLSS stuff like that, you know, fake frames, stuff like that. I think that is fine. I think that's fine, but for lower end. You know what I mean? But for lower end components. Not a fucking 4060 that just came out or whatever the case may be. I would say DLSS is a good thing. See, I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, like DLSS, you have it if you go to, you know what? Let's bring it up real quick. Matter of fact, we about to do some experimenting. Close the window. Fuck it. We'll continue that after this. I'm about to show you. Check this shit out, right? So what my components, I'll even show you on stream, right? Hold on. No, not control pen. Is it control pen? No. How the fuck? I need to look at my. Fucking forgot already. Hold on. Anyways, I can just tell my fucking specs. I have an Intel i5 on my gaming one, which is dog shit, right, for a CPU, and my motherboard is mid range. It's an Asus motherboard. My GPU is a 4060, right? Okay. And I do have 32 gigabytes of RAM that I've installed. Okay, it's nothing, right? It's nothing, right? It's nothing. Let's pull up Crimson Desert real quick. Now everything is on max ultra settings, right? I don't know how it is gonna be on stream because it does pull. Stream does pull, so I might have to turn the graphics a little bit down. But we're gonna get an example real quick about DL stuff like that. But essentially, it's just to improve performance in general, especially for lower end, which I don't support it being on like high to mid range shit. Like, I genuinely believe it should just be optimized. Like this game's fucking optimized, and it just came out. It's optimized so well that I'm still pulling 90 frames while streaming. Hold on, this is the loading screen though, so hold on. Yeah, see, exactly. It makes more sense to use that on low end. I'm a big supporter of like DLSS stuff like that because not a lot of people can afford that. You know what I mean? Hell, I still got a 2060 in my other computer, and that shit runs Crimson Desert fucking 70 frames with DLSS. Like, how much are we pulling right now, Cliff? 80, 90. Now, I'm going to show you my settings, right? And this is while streaming, too. So, Streamlabs is also pulling from my shit as well. And this is another thing that makes me mad. Unoptimized games, right? This is a smaller Eastern studio, right? You telling me I can pull all this shit while streaming? While running, hold on. We're going to go here. Go to settings, right? Okay. Now, I don't have upscale resolution, which is, you can read it from the side, the case may be. And I'm still pulling 98 FPS, right? And now, I mean, obviously if I turn it off, I won't be. But, again, you get the point. Frame generation, boost, reflex, it all helps with performance. Graphics, all the way up. Besides ray tracing. Ray tracing? Ray tracing. Because, I mean, ray tracing is insane, but I don't really like ray tracing. I don't see the point in ray tracing besides just showing off graphics. But no, everything's on high. Everything is on cinematic. Max, brother. Like, this is what I mean. Anyways. But yeah, and a PS5, let's say that for example, right? Steady at fucking 60. And if you put it to performance mode, if you put that console in performance mode, it looks like utter fucking shit. Like, genuinely. Oh my god, brother. And stuff still struggles to run on PlayStation. It's insane. Oh my lord, brother. It's like we're reverting backwards, you know what I mean?
I just seen recently that over 50% of players on PC are still playing games at 1080p, which looks fantastic, by the way. I can attest to this. I was playing on 1080p not even all that long ago. But most of these guys are not chasing the highest end.
By the way, I'm on 1080p, by the way. No, I could go up, like, was it 144p? I could do that. But I just choose not to because there's no point. The game still looks good with 1080p to this day. Like, I don't understand people running like 4K like and shit like that. Like, why?
Hardware, they're just chasing something that's going to last as long as possible. And also, they're probably not playing a lot of these AAA games anyway. But console's an entirely different beast. These guys don't have a choice. They're gonna get drugged forward whether they like it or not. The games start running like garbage, looking like garbage, or the console makers or the game makers just stop making games for them entirely. It's planned obsolescence, but it used to not be that bad because it was over a long period of time, and it was still a relatively inexpensive transition to be able to get into, a more exciting transition to be able to make. But no wonder PlayStation has been having such a hard time getting people off of the PS4. People can't afford it.
Yeah, and by the way, they're discontinuing. Anyone has a PS4, they're discontinuing that fucking service.
Even more so now. That's why none of this. That's why I'm struggling to understand what the broader strategy is here. Honestly, I don't even think there is one, because all this is doing is shrinking your console base, which is also then cutting off new buyers. And
I used to be a console Andy. I grew up on fucking, well, since I'm Gen Z, I want to say, when I first started playing, GameCube was, I want to say, my first console. As far as I remember, I did touch a Game Boy Color. I did touch that. I had a DS. I had a PSP, the 1000 series and the 3000 series. I've had Xbox 360. I had a PS3. I have a PS2, PS4. Like, I used to be a PlayStation Andy or console Andy, but now it's like, fuck, bro. Like, I feel bad. 3DS, yeah, dude, 3DSs are cool, brother. The Wii, brother, the Wii.
By extension of that, it's crashing your hardware appeal, it's killing game sales, and it's just dragging the rest of the games industry down with it.
Hey, you know what's funny too on top of that? Fucking the Steam Deck just outperforms, like...
These studios are effectively like stores in a mall, and the console is the mall, but the mall just locked the doors. Now, while I know a lot of people are going to hear this and they're going to be like, yeah, whatever, okay, I'm just going to, keep getting by. I'm going to coast by on the games that I already have or the hardware that I already.
When she gets older, hell yeah, bro. No, bro, introduce her to that shit. No, introduce her to it. Introduce her to all the old stuff. Hell, you're still able to get like a PSP today. Like, I'm thinking about getting a PSP because, like, brother. Nah, introduce her to all that. Hell.
already have. That's true, but I think that it dodges out on a much larger issue.
Let her be smart with her money. Let her be smart when she gets older with her money. That way she can put into like value and shit into things. Brittany does have a PSP. Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, there's one on GameStop that I've been wondering about ordering. Oh my god. It's like it's a 3000 series. And it's like, I think it's like silver. Yeah, silver or white, something like that. It's really nice. I'm excited. I really want to get games for it.
Which is who these guys are locking out.
And they're so cheap too, bro. Oh my god, they're so cheap.
The new players, the new people, the young people, the students, the families that no longer can justify buying into this hobby anymore. I think we should probably talk about the people that they're locking out. I try to be a champion of fair pricing because, honestly, it is just my biggest concern, not only as a content creator, but just as a person. I did not come from money, and no matter how much success I find or how old I get, I'm always going to be worried about how much something costs because it's just baked into my DNA at this point.
That's right. You know what I do? Let me tell you of a strategic plan that I do when I buy a game. And I buy a couple games, like not even a shit ton. I buy at least like 2 or 3 throughout the year, right? And what I base it by is, okay, let's say Crimson Desert for a good example. $70, right? Okay, I can drop the $70, right? And it's apparently like 300 plus hours, right? That's fine. I can deal with that. Now, let's look at Resident Evil Requiem. Favorite franchise, no hate. I love this franchise so much. I'm excited to play this game. I'm not gonna lie, but next year I will though because I already bought Crimson Desert. But $70, right? And this is a very linear game, right? Resident Evil games are very linear. You know, they're not that you can't really put that much hours. Yes, it sure does have some replayability unless you're like looking for achievements and whatever the case may be. But you're not going to get that much hours for what the price being is $70 is. That's what I like to base my money on, especially for games.
Even more so with video games because they were so instrumental.
Oh, Pragmata? Oh, brother. Pragmata? Bro, Pragmata's like... How much is Pragmata, actually? I think it's on here. Here it is. 60 clams, bro. 60 clams. And I heard this is kind of a long game. 60 clams, that's still affordable. 60 clams, now when it reaches like 80 to 70s, whew, that's a bit much. But I mean, 60 is affordable. See a lot of controversy about it. I mean, it's just some weird fucking people thinking this is like, oh my god, it attracts pedophilia, pedophiles. When in reality, it's just a father and daughter bond. Like they need to stop that fatherless fucking behavior. Like seriously, there's nothing wrong with this game. What do you see wrong here? Nothing. It's just a child. Why would you see this and immediately think of pedophilia? Something's not right there, dog. Why would you think that? This is literally just father and daughter bonding. Like I've seen clips, I've seen gameplay of this. It's cute, bro. It's father and daughter thing. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Trouble and helping me make friends and keeping me sane and most importantly helping me save money. Like a lot of millennials, I graduated high school, immediately went to college for something that I was not cut out for.
I'm not a millennial, settingly. So, well, actually, I'm glad I'm not a millennial.
Found myself stuck working dead-end jobs,
no offense,
trying to survive, and just trying to figure out who the hell I even was. Years and years of living paycheck to paycheck.
That's right.
Years of feeling stuck. And
that's
through
right.
all of that, the one thing that I always had was video games. The one affordable thing, the one thing that I could hold on to, the one escape that I had. And now I'm watching entire generations and entire households get locked out of it entirely. The first people getting hit by all this are low-income households, which is exactly what is making this so disgusting to me. The people who need access to cheaper entertainment the most are the ones that are being cut off from it, especially depending on what kind of living conditions you grew up in. I got a bunch of friends of mine that would straight up tell you that if it wasn't for video games, they probably would have ended up on drugs or had a kid before they were 16. That's not me being dramatic. That's just real life in this situation. Gen Z, Gen A, students, casual gamers, low-income households, all of these groups are just getting pushed further and further out of the market because either these guys just flat out don't have the money for this or they can't justify spending that kind of money on something that they just don't have enough free time to be able to make worth it, especially at these prices. And man, that's just so sad to me because gaming has always had a relatively low barrier of entry. People like to shrug this entire thing off and pull the whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps routine or start parroting some TikTok life coach about how you should be spending all of your time making money. But people need joy in their lives or they start to lose their damn minds. Back when I was stuck working at a gas station, back when I had no money to go out, I couldn't go out to concerts or anything like that with my friends, and I felt like I was going nowhere, video games were still there for me.
That's right. That's right. And you know what I did? I was working. Shit, brother. Like, you telling me an $8 game on Steam right now? Shit. And like, what?
Instead of me blowing my money on drinking or some other dumb shit, I could buy 1 or 2 games a year.
That's
and I
right.
could stretch those games.
That's right.
Forever.
You stretch
night
them.
After night, I'd be playing online hockey leagues with NHL, or I'd be talking shit in FPS lobbies with my friends, dumping what felt like hundreds of hours into an RPG. And honestly, if I didn't have that, I don't know where I would have ended up. I think what bothers me the most about all of this is that I already know where this all ends. I know exactly what their plan is. It's clear as day to see. They do not intend to leave these people behind. No. They intend to use them, to squeeze more money out of them than they ever could have through ownership. Middle and lower income households and players are just going to get pushed into one lane. Mobile, subscriptions, cloud gaming, maybe even leasing consoles like PlayStation has already floated in the past. All of it sold as access.
Wait. You can lease a fucking console? Wait, what? Brother, I don't even know about this. You can lease it? Oh, that is... Wait. You will own nothing and be happy. Fucking hell. I can't even fucking type, brother. I'm so, like, angry. Lease with flex. Let's check this out. That's some dystopian shit right there. Dude, it is. Bro, did you know that you can lease a fucking burrito on DoorDash? Or was it DoorDash, I believe? That's how bad this shit's getting. No way you can release this shit. What if you, like, miss a payment? Do they, like, just fucking shoot you and take this shit back? Oh, my God. Bro, you're paying this shit off for, like, ages. And, of course, it's using pounds. Yeah, that's pretty funny that he is using pounds. Also, I think I have my VPN on, but Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
All of it sold as convenience. all of it's going to be predatory as hell. This is a direct attack on the middle and lower class. It's a way to keep people exactly where they are, stuck in a cycle of smaller payments while owning absolutely nothing at all.
I've heard worse things about England. Brother, I've heard so many things about over there, especially on Twitter. Holy shit, I'm glad I wasn't born there.
Paying way more in the long run because the price
Sure,
is broken up.
the free healthcare is cool, but at the same time, you gotta wait that shit out for like, you're on a fucking waiting list for like 6 months, if not, let alone 5 years. Like, holy fuck.
Just enough to feel manageable while they're able to keep them on the hook forever. And the worst part is that this already works, which is exactly why these guys are going to keep doing it. Earlier, I showed a graphic breaking down where the paid audience is actually coming from, and what stood out to me is how obvious this divide really is. Hardcore players are making up the biggest share of the AAA audience, but the smallest share of free-to-play. Meanwhile, core and casual players, the groups that are far more tied to lower and middle income brackets, are making up the majority of the free-to-play audience. And then I saw something much more uglier start to creep in. A whole category that doesn't register at all
Card and
with hardcore
casinos?
players start showing up for everyone else. Cards and casino games.
What?
Fifth most for core gamers and third most for casual gamers. So
Who the fuck?
when these companies are trying to push out ownership out of reach, they're not just trying to change the way that people play. They are trying to train these people to operate within a worse ecosystem, more exploitative ones. The exact kind of ecosystems that are built to bleed the most vulnerable people dry. This is why I try to warn people. Luckily, there is a bright side to all of this. The more inaccessible, predatory, and disgusting that these people continue to make video games, well, the more they just keep shoving players into the arms of somebody else. And in doing that, not only are they making their own problems worse, but they're also strengthening the very competition that is eating their market share. Competition that respects their time a lot more, competition that respects these players' freedom a lot more, and right now, that means indie games and Valve. It wasn't all that long ago that we were talking about...
That's right. That's right. That's right. Indie games, baby. Indie games. Now we're getting to my territory. Okay. We can spit some. Look at Winrose. Small dev. Let's go. That's right. 30 clams, right? But it was on sale for like 20 some bucks. But that's still affordable, right? 30 clams, bro. And that's like hours on fucking gameplay. Like holy fuck. And do you see any by the way, no console. Okay, if you get it, if you look at a console, go into the fucking store of the console, especially PlayStation. Go into that store of PlayStation. None of those games are ever on fucking sale. Ever. The only time they are is on Christmas, and that is sad.
Pricing crash on Steam where AAA games were not only losing market share but getting outsold by indie games, but also the average price of games being sold on the platform had fell with it. The median price had dropped from around $20 to just over $14. And that matters because, well, it shows that there's still an enormous demand for games. People have not lost interest in gaming. They're just being forced to be a lot smarter with their money. And
That's
when given
right.
the choice between bloated, overpriced slop and cheaper, better, more focused games, well, more and more people are starting to choose the latter. And Valve, well, they're going to take that a step further. Valve updated its regional pricing tools to help developers automate their price.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I am scared the day that Gabe Newell is gone. Is basically passed away. I am scared of that day.
Pricing based on local purchasing power, not just flat currency conversion. And that's a huge difference. I don't think people really understand this because instead of just charging somebody what the equivalent of $20 USD is in another currency and then pretending like that's somehow fair, instead, this system is trying to reflect what $20 actually means inside that economy. In some places, $20 is not casual spending. It is big chunk of somebody's week. So
that's right.
Valve is effectively making it easier for developers.
That's an hour of somebody's work, maybe.
To price their games in a way that real people can actually afford. Now, in combination with this, and honestly, the timing couldn't be any better, but we're probably about to see another wave of even stronger indie titles because making them just got a hell of a lot more accessible and a hell of a lot more cheaper. Valve just signed a deal with the makers of Garry's Mod to build Sandbox, a version of...
Oh, I've heard about this. Wait. Garry's Mod creator put partners with the Valve in a deal that ensures Sandbox Gym and this is actually be free. Oh, this is the Yeah, that's right. Where some devs can like pick that shit up for free and mess with it. Okay,
Source 2 with
that's right. I read
simplified
about this.
creation tools and features that are brought over from
That's a
Unreal
good
and
tool.
Unity,
Hell
while
yeah,
also still
for free.
maintaining the kind of optimization and performance that Source is known for, making it easier to not only build great-looking games, but also games for lower-end hardware, which is a pretty big deal.
Again, and they wonder why Steam is a monopoly.
An even bigger deal, though, is that it's all royalty-free. And Gary Newman, the maker of Gary's Mod and Sandbox, explained exactly why when he said, "Valve gave me a chance. I'm already rich. I don't want to fuck anyone over. I only want to give opportunities to the next generation like Valve did to me. We can all win together."
Based.
Man, is that not a massive contrast from the rest of the industry? So now you're not only making it easier for smaller developers to make games of their own, make better games of their own, make more games for more people, avoid royalties, release their games directly onto Steam, but you're also letting these guys keep more of their revenue and also cut down on the kind of overhead that is constantly being shoved straight onto customers. And I think this goes to show just how unnecessary all of this is. While some of the biggest companies in the industry are trying to find more ways to make gaming more expensive, more restrictive, and more predatory, somebody else is out there trying to make games easier to make, easier to distribute, easier to make money off of, and easier for people to actually afford. That's the split. You got one side that's building ladders, and the other side is trying to build toll booths. At some point, we got to stop pretending like this is just some market or inflation or it's just bad luck. This is a choice. And if this industry keeps choosing to push normal people out of gaming, well, then they're definitely going to deserve what comes next. I remember this one time where I was uninsured, no savings, and I chipped a tooth. And for basically an entire month, I had to eat Tylenol like it was candy until I could save up money. And then I finally got the crown, and when I did, I still had to make payments on it. But the entire time that I was going through all of that,
Same, actually. I
the
just
one
had
thing
some,
that I had
hold on.
was that I had a
Same, actually. I just had some work done from one of my tooths. Like right in the back right here. I think like, was it a Nolar or some shit? It's like a lot of
crippling addiction to playing EA NHL, where I was doing these online hockey leagues on a website where you get with a group and you guys play through like whole tournament brackets and stuff. And while it was the only game that I had time for while I was working that much, it saved me a lot of money, and it also saved me a lot of pain. It got me through it. I'll never forget that. And that's why I take all of this so seriously. This is why I want people to have fair access to entertainment, because I know how important it is.
That's right.
And also, going through everything, I also know how predatory the world has become over the years. And I'm going to keep calling it out. I should keep calling it out. Anybody that has the opportunity should, every single chance they get. And, you know, when you're coming from low income, everything is chip damage.
Yep.
Everything is built against you. You know, I had to take a job where I worked across the country, working 14 to 16-hour days, 7 days a week, just to be able to crawl my way out over 4 years to find security. Then I stumbled into this job. Thank you, guys. No idea. Thank you, guys. But, you know, the entire time I just learned how everything is built against you. And here you now have these game companies that want to come in and they want to...
No, definitely. We got to support those same indie companies. No, for real. No, for real. We really do, because... Dog, they really put in their work. Like, look at Expedition 33. Or like some of them were like ex devs from Ubisoft. Like, and there's a reason why that they left. And now Expedition 33 is like the greatest. Now, like, there's a reason. And that's such a small team. That's a small team. That's an indie indie development team that made this. And it was on Unreal Engine 5, even though Unreal Engine 5 is known to be shitty and breaks all the time. And this small ass team just did it. They just did it. Like, they made it work. It ran smooth. There was no any bugs hardly. Like, it was great performance. Like, holy hell.
Add another layer on top of that. No. Don't let them do it. Walk away. Find something else. Find other games to support. Find other platforms to support. Figure out your hardware situation.
Exactly.
Buy a PC. Buy a small PC. A tiny build. Don't need anything crazy, man. You know, even if it's an older gaming laptop, play indie games and do that instead. This is not going to work out for these guys. Abandoning the lower and middle class is essentially just going to dry up all of your earnings. If these guys actually think that they're actually going to be able to support everything using the upper class, it's not going to happen.
Great
just because
music, great
by their
mechanics.
nature,
Oh yeah,
the upper
no,
class
most definitely
typically does
great,
not
great
spend that
fucking
much
music.
time
I
playing
still
these
play
kind
that
of games
OST.
or spending money
Whew.
on this kind of entertainment. They
The
have
Mirror?
other forms of entertainment that they spend money on, and you're just not going to get the same level of income or the same level of loyalty.
And I don't
that you
even
would
like
normally
turn-based
see
games.
from people that are somewhere in the middle.
That says a lot.
These guys are just going to continue to lose money at an ever-increasing rate, and it's going to get to the point where it's just going to collapse these companies entirely. Maybe that's what has to happen. Maybe that's the only way for any of this to be able to fix is for some of these guys to just straight up go out of business or to just have their stock cut in half, their staffs cut in half, and their presence cut in half, and then just lose to somebody else.
Yep. But most people will continue to buy the new Call of Duty and the new football and basketball game. Yes, and yes, they will. But most of that market is console players. Most of that market is console players. But for example, let's look at Steam BD. Let's look at what's the latest Call of Duty? Black Ops 7, right? Yeah, Black Ops 7. Ooh, what the where's it at? It doesn't even pop up. Where the fuck is 7 at? Is it this one? Okay. I think it is this one. I think. Yeah. Maybe. Anyways. So, I mean, you can see, right? This is only on PC. I don't stay up to date with it. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Again, like I said, you you got responsibilities, my boy. Like, I mean, for example, this is just on PC alone. Well, Steam, I guess, alone. We're not counting, what is it? That shitty ass one. Epic Games launcher. We're not counting that as well. Yeah. As you can see, barely came out, by the way, last year. But wait, was it all 3.4? When did? No, it wasn't last year, right? There's no way, cause they just. No, no way. I think I got something wrong. Hold on, we can just look it up. When was the release date? Oh, okay. Initial release date. Yeah, last year. This was last year. Last year of November 14th of 2025. Holy fuck, brother. This is like the worst one. But anyways, but yeah, most people will continue to buy gun and basketball, and it is proven. Like, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, you got it right, man. Yeah, I know. Yep, I know. If I don't got this, I don't want it. Yeah, I know. And I'm not gonna lie, not to shit on those type of players, but like they need to go somewhere else. They're fucking up the damn industry. Well, it's not just them, obviously. I personally mainly blame shareholders and investors and stuff like that, because gaming used to be not like that, like at all. But now look. Like, holy hell, bro. This has been horrible. And what's coming out this year? GTA 6? Yeah, GTA 6 is coming out this year, by the way. I'm not even that excited for it. I was more excited for Crimson Desert and Resident Evil 9. Hell, and some other games. Before GTA 6, brother, like... Oh. Oh, I plan on watching this one too, by the way. What the fuck's happening? Entry-level jobs? Whew. That's a good one. That's lots of lineup. But it's... Get my fucking point. Like... the game industry is horrible. Like, not to say it's dying. It's still growing to this day. I kind of wish it's not growing. That is a bit selfish and shitty to say. Just because of the fact I miss when a game was very gate kept in the community. Hell, I used to get bullied for playing fucking video games, dog, and watching anime. Like, I miss those times. And now it's just like, okay, who can make the most money? Like, holy fuck. It's not even about making a fucking game for the people. Like, it's not. Not anymore. Well, would you look at that monopoly right here for Steam? But my point exactly. There's no AAA studios as of right now that are topping for Steam charts. Besides from, I would say maybe more rivals. Overwatch, GTA. GTA is doing crazy right now. Holy shit. But I'm surprised Battlefield 6 still in the game. I'm surprised. Damn. In the top. Damn, yeah. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean that's my 3 hour long fucking rant. Like this whole 3 hours has been nothing but me just like ranting about the game industry and just all that since I took a little hiatus for a bit and now I'm continue on now. Um yeah, no, it's insane now. Oh Lord have mercy. Anyways, I'm in the stream. I'm gonna go eat something. Um, yeah. Anyways, this is Isaiah. I do hope you have a good rest of your day. But yeah.